All right, well, let's get more on the German elections. We can go now to Heiko Feldner, who's an author and senior lecturer in modern German history at Cardiff University. Thanks so much for joining us, Heiko. The German newspapers are saying, let the game of poker begin. How long is this horse trading for a coalition likely to go on?
Good evening. Well, that's a very difficult question to assess at that very moment. Given the experience from 2017, my guess would be it is unlikely that it will last that long. But given the complexity of the election results, I do not expect an outcome, a formation of a government within weeks. Maybe Christmas might be a good guess at the moment.
OK, so it's the first time that Germany is likely to have three parties in a coalition. How difficult will it be to juggle competing agendas?
Well, it is not exactly the first time. We need to bear in mind that the CDU and the CSU are two different parties. They are two conservative parties, and that has always played an important part in the formation of governments. But there are three distinctively different parties. And it is likely that the new coalition government will consist of the SPD, the German Labour Party, the German Greens, and the Free Democrats, a pro-business party. But we cannot take that for granted. This kind of election was not a vote for change. It was rather, in my reading, a vote for continuity in the guise of change. Yeah? And there's every possibility and some indication already that we might well end up with another grand coalition. The bridges which are to be built between the Free Democrats and the Greens, for example, they are immense. So it is a vote for continuity in the guise of change. And while the CDU, the Conservative Party, has lost more than 8% of the vote, by the way, for the second time in a row, they were at 41% in 2013, and they lost in two consecutive elections more than 8%. The vote for the SPD is largely a vote for Olaf Scholz. And Olaf Scholz stands for the continuity, stands for Merkel. It is a cautious vote, if you like. It is a vote of an electorate which opts for the safety of past recipes, of the things that seem to have worked in the past, while the coordinates of our lives have changed irrevocably, and these recipes might no longer work.
So Germans sort of seeking further stability, but still not the send-off, perhaps, that Merkel would have liked.
Most certainly not, but then again, it's questionable that Angela Merkel, at least during the last 4 to 6 years, stood for the CDU, the party that has now been running for elections without her. I think that spectrum that is the center ground and that was represented in the Grand Coalition consisting of the Conservatives and the German Labour Party is pretty much the political ground on which Merkel was relying on. Yeah. So it is not a send-off she might have liked. At the same time, it is not a sea change away from what she actually stood for. It is, in other words, not only continuity in the guise of change, it is also an expression of the great denial in the face of the actual problems that we are facing. And the depths of these problems were hardly addressed in these elections.
OK, Heiko Feldner, perhaps then she carries on as Chancellor, so her retirement plans are on hold for now. Thanks so much, Heiko Feldner, for giving us your insight.